In this episode, we're going to take a look at the progress of the Mad Max Interceptor. So when it comes down to the Scott hat, I've tried it from different ways. Of course, I do have the original, so I have all the measurements. At one stage, I was trying to scan it, trying to get someone to scan it, but it didn't kind of follow through. Everybody's busy. COVID was on. Didn't work. I went back to the old style. I do have a mill. I went to the way of digitizing it. I only needed certain measurements. As you can see, the one I built there, it's pretty damn close for what we want to do. The base is very simple because it's very boxy. So it's all a matter, do you want to replicate it right to the fine tuning look of it? Yes and no, it would be nice to do it, but I'm coming in at different angles, so I don't know which one I'm going to use. I can fold up the metal one, because I'm going to paint it black anyway, possibly. And I've got the aluminum one, and I've made it in two pieces so I can weld it through the middle. Could use that too. Mind you, there's other people that sell the scoop. Sometimes it's just better buy the scoop if you want it. The injection's another story because there are different ways to inject it. I want to do my own personal one, so I don't know. Maybe I'll use a fast, a mega squirt, maybe a Holly computer system. They kind of read everything. The art form is getting the right injection on the top. If you want to make it movie correct, it's a little harder to hide the injection, and it's also a little harder to get the flow rate because you're trying to get these round or oval, you could get away with it, throttle plates inside. And you kind of need them like that because that gives you the progression. If you're trying to use square plates, well, you know what happens is you get a sudden burst of power and you can't drive them in the traffic. Now here I just threw together a quick 3D view of the Scott hat and the Scott base. I just basically wanted to give them an idea what the ports would look like. Now after digitally plotting the Scott hat from my mill, I wanted to do a 2-scale drawing. From there I can do a plan elevation and a side view. Now that opens me up to do a 3D printed version. At present I bought this little 3D printer, but as yet I haven't had a chance to convert the file for printing. The motor we're going to use in this Interceptor is going to be the Big Block 460. We're going to be running a functional supercharger, which is a 671. At this stage I've pulled down the motor. I'm about to order the blower pistons for it. I'm just waiting for a set of heads. That motor that I'm using is originally a later model injected motor. What happens is the heads on that are different, so you can't buy the blower manifold for it. I was going to make like a Blue Thunder style, but same again, it's all about time. Time I don't have. Now the project starts going, hey, I need to finish this thing and being done and get on the roads more fun so I can go to a couple of the shows. So I think I'll go back to the earlier heads. I've got a set lined up. I've got another blower manifold I can get. I could also use this other blower plate I've got and use it with a intercooler and adapt it to this Speedmaster manifold. Here's a look at the throttle body plate, and these are the machine down 460 throttle bodies. Not sure if I'm going to use them yet though. And here's a look at the throttle body plate, how it's going to mount to the top of the 671, and there's the two, or one of the two throttle bodies. Now here's a look at one of the internal vanes. They're pretty clean looking. Now just test fitting the front. I had it all polished. Here's the front plates, and you can see how clean it is inside the blower. There's a look at the front and the back of the plates, and I've got the heavy duty bearings for them. Now I did purchase the wheels. I took a choice on it. The 3-piece wheels were kind of expensive, but I found a wheel that was going to replicate roughly what the original is, because remember, I'm doing technically a clone, or I call it a replica. I mean, you know, it's here or there at the stage is how you're going to build it. But the wheels, they got the 8 spokes like the original one, but these aluminums, they have like a deep dish like an American Racing. So that's the look I want. But yes, they came chrome because I couldn't get them in the black chrome, you like to call it. But what I'm going to do is try to achieve that look. There are the 18 by 12s in the rear. That's a look with the tire on, not using the rear fenders. Now there's the front 18 by 9s. There's the narrow 9-inch disc brake posi traction. Last flashback to the motor. As you can see there, I do have port injection on there, but I'm still playing around with it. I still may bury the injectors up on those throttle bodies and hide it under the Scott hat. But we'll take a look at that in a future episode. Don't forget, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. We'll see how the progress goes on the Interceptor. Later.